Hi, Billy Mays here. Just as I caught your attention right there, Billy Mays and others have been trying to do the exact same thing in producing infomercials that catch the audience's attention. I know we've probably all seen an infomercial before, but do we actually know the importance of what goes into making one successful? Hello, my name is Chase Middleton, and today I would like to discuss with you 3 business communications concepts that deal with making an infomercial successful. The concepts I would like to look at today are audience centeredness, persuasion, and organization, and how they fit into the George Foreman infomercial. So, to begin with, audience centeredness is a topic that we've discussed thoroughly throughout the semester and its importance for communication. In an infomercial, audience centeredness is key because if you don't know who your audience is, you don't know how to produce your message, and you don't know how to relate it to that audience. So you want to pick a target audience and you want to relate to that audience. In picking a target audience, I feel that the George Foreman commercial is relating and picking those people who are health conscious and those time crunched. In relation to the health conscious aspect, the George Foreman sits on a slant which has grooves that allow the fat to drain off. This relates to those health conscious people because you are not putting that fat into your body but reducing it through letting it drain. Relating to those who are time crunched, the George Foreman through the infomercial is stated to cook burgers in less than 2 minutes. So this gives people an option for cooking a meal that don't have too much time. In relating to this audience, George Foreman tells stories about his family and how he uses the George Foreman grill. And he says that he brings his children in to put what they want on the grill, but to see how the fat drains off, and shows them the health related components of using the grill. In continuation, persuasion is a key factor when doing an infomercial because if you don't persuade the audience, you can't get them to buy or pay attention to your product. With persuasion, you want to use attractive language that draws on the audience's senses. In saying this, George Foreman says that you can use the George Foreman grill to cook juicy, thick pieces of meat. This draws us in by engaging our senses and making us want to know more because that makes us hungry if we're hungry, or it just gets us thinking about good food that we could cook with the device. In addition, you need to give a slogan, in my opinion, to persuade the audience to further acknowledge your product. In saying this, George Foreman's slogan is the lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine. So before you ever start off with knowing about the infomercial, you know about the product because you know it's a grill and you know that it reduces fat. So in doing this, then you know about you're persuaded to continue with looking at the infomercial. But with persuasion comes the fact that you need to inspire your audience to have confidence in your product. And George Foreman does this, he says, by putting his signature on every grill. And he says that when you do something and sign your name, you really believe in something. So this persuades the audience to give the grill a chance and maybe try it and purchase it because they feel that if George Foreman says that about it, then he's standing behind his product and that it must be a good product. Lastly, organization is key when doing an infomercial because you want to gain the audience's attention and you want to hold the attention. So you can gain the audience's attention through that vivid language that I discussed earlier and through telling different kinds of sensual language that attracts the audience in. And once you've attracted the audience and captured their attention, you want to hold their attention through giving information about the product and different facts about the product that make it unique. In stating this, the George Foreman commercial used general to specific organization because at the beginning, George Foreman just talks about, for let's say, the grill in general, but throughout the infomercial, he talks about the grill specifics such as the fat reducing element, the slants, and in the end he talks about the price. So he gives a more specific concept of the device as he goes further through his speech. So today I've discussed with you 3 important business communications concepts of audience centeredness, persuasion, and organization that relate to infomercials. Though we've all seen an infomercial before, we may not have realized what goes into making one successful. So the next time you see an infomercial, you can think about the business communications concepts that really stand out in an infomercial and make you want to purchase the product. Thank you for listening.